Hey everyone, Maya here from MaiStoryBook, and happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I am so excited to introduce our new Read Aloud of the month featuring one of my favorite Asian foods, tofu. In this story, we are going to learn about how to make tofu with this little girl and her grandma, and it will be a fun foodie read celebrating some food and some Asian American heritage and culture. All right, my friends, so have you ever eaten tofu? You can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. And if you have tried it, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What does it taste like to you? How does it feel? It's got a funny texture. Not funny, but it's got like an interesting texture. Yeah, if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a try. It's pretty delicious. All right, well, double thumbs up if you're ready to get started. Excellent, let's begin. So the title of today's interactive read aloud is Tofu Takes Time, written by Helen H and illustrated by Jarema. So that means Helen H wrote all of the words in our story and Jarema drew all of the pictures we are about to see. And if I go ahead and take a look on the cover, what do you notice, my friends? Right, I see. Well, here in this pan, it looks like there's some tofu. And if you notice, what shape is tofu? It's kind of like cubes, right? Squares, rectangular prisms, square shaped. Looks like they are using, what are they using to eat their tofu? Do you know what these are called? Chopsticks. Do you know how to use chopsticks? I have some pencils right here, and I can kind of use them like chopsticks. Like you open and close them to pick up the food. Those are chopsticks. And it looks like there's a girl, and this looks like her grandma. Let's see what they are up to, my friends. Do you ever cook or make food with your family members? What's the kind of food that you eat or like to cook together? That sounds delicious. All right, well, here's our title page. It has the title of our book, Tofu Takes Time, our author and illustrator, and our publisher, Beaming Books, who helped create this book. So thank you to them for letting us read it together today. And if I look over here, there's a cute little picture. And oh, what do you notice? Looks like the little girl and grandma hanging out on some giant tofu. Today, I'm making tofu with Nai. All from scratch. Let's see if you are patient enough to make tofu, Nai says, rinsing soybeans into a big bowl. So it sounds like tofu is made out of soybeans. Looks like this. And is tofu really fast to make? Sounds like you have to be really patient. It sounds like tofu takes time to make. Plink, plink, plunk. Oh, she's plunking the soybeans into the pan, the pot right there to wash it. Can you say plink, plink, plunk, make little plink, plink, plink sounds? That doesn't look like tofu. I say it looks like seeds. You're right. Making tofu takes time, Nai says. She is imagining the seed growing, and it takes seeds from soil, rain, and the sunshine. That's what you need to make tofu. You need these seeds from the soil, and the rain, and the sunshine. What is she imagining? The plant growing into these soybean pods. They look like edamame, my friends, because edamame is soybeans. Do you know what edamame is? It's like green, and if you open these little pods, there's little seeds inside. Then, oh, what is this? Do you know what this is? A blender! And what sounds do blenders make if you've heard one on before? They're very loud. Nai blends the soybeans with water. Click, clack, roar! Can you make a blender sound? Roar! So loud, she's covering her ears. Nai, is it ready yet, I ask? Not yet, Nai says. Remember that tofu takes time and patience. So first they started with seeds, they wash them, then they're blending them with water. And it takes some water from river and creek. And what is she imagining when Nai says water? Floating down the river. So tofu takes soybeans right from the earth. It takes the water from the river and the creek. Then we strain the soy milk through cheesecloth into a pot. Pitter, pitter, patter, pitter, pitter, patter. So they're pouring the liquid through this cheesecloth, so all the liquidy parts comes through, and if there's any solids left, it gets stuck in this cloth. It takes so long, I say. Why don't we just buy tofu from the supermarket? You can buy tofu from the store. Why don't you think they just go buy it? Right? Maybe it tastes better homemade, or maybe it's something special grandma likes to make and wants to show her granddaughter how to do it. Lynn, oh, her name is Lynn. Handmade tofu is good, and good things take time, Nai says in her gentle voice. The homemade tofu takes time, and it takes cloth from thread and fiber. They needed to use the cloth to strain the water and soybean mixture that they blended together. And oh, what's going on? What is she imagining with the cloth? What's floating through the air on the cloth? So we need soybeans, we need water, we need cloth. Nai turns on the heat and stirs slowly. My friends, can you take your hands and start stirring the pot? Slowly. A fresh, sweet smell fills my nose. Bubble, 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 bubble. Is it done? Is it done? Is it done, I ask? Be patient, Lynn, Nai says. Tofu takes time. Still not done yet. Oh dear, she is getting a little impatient. So tofu takes time, and it takes heat and metal from the sun and the earth. So you need heat to heat up this mixture now. They need all these special things from the earth, right? Oh, and it looks like she's squeezing something into the pot. What is she squeezing into this tofu mixture? A lemon? I squeeze some lemon juice into the pot, my friends. Take a little lemon wedge and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tip, drop, flop. Can I taste it, I ask? I feel hungry. Ooh. Look how the soy milk curdles. It's starting to solidify in some places, Nai smiles. It takes time for the chunks to form. So it sounds like this lemon helps the liquid start to form chunks. Becomes solid again. So it takes time for it to become chunky, and it takes ingredients to dance together. Look at all the ingredients they've used so far. What do you recognize? You see the lemons, right? The tofu chunks, and maybe some little soybean squiggles. So for the tofu to come together, it takes all the ingredients to mix all up, my friends, and mix. My friends, can you move your body like you are dancing and moving and mixing? Nai collects the curds into a special wooden box. I put a heavy stone on the cover. Oh, so what shape is this box? Like a rectangle shape, right? Maybe that's how tofu gets that rectangle shape. Squeeze, squash, squish. So they are putting it into the cloth. She is pressing it down with a rock so it doesn't lift up. How much longer do I have to wait? I sigh. Nai says, the curds take time to mold into shape. So all these little solid pieces, but for them to actually form into the tofu shape, it's going to take time. This little chicken thingy, my friends, that we've been seeing is actually a timer. And it takes some weight and some space, right? They need the weight to hold down the rock and the space inside for it to form and solidify into tofu. What is she imagining here? Drifting off to sleep while she waits on the weight of the rock. Tick tock, tick tock. We wait and wait and wait. Can I have some now? I ask. I'm so hungry. Do you think it's ready yet? See? Be patient, Nai says. Tofu takes a bit more time. And she's just watching that timer. Tick tock, tick. And, what are they doing while they are waiting for tofu? It looks like they are reading stories together, kind of like how we are reading stories now. So tofu takes a bit more time, and it takes books from stories and pictures. So a fun thing to do while you wait for tofu is to read stories. And what kind of stories are they reading about? What do you think they're reading about looking at these pictures coming from the book? Wow. I know, amazing, right? Look at all those amazing images. I see some more foods over here. Butterflies, looks like a dragon, fish. Wow, what a cool story they are reading. Look what happened. They read all the books and all that time passed in. See? Now it looks like tofu, Nai exclaims. They lift the little box, and she takes the tofu out of the box and she slices it into pieces. Then Nai puts tofu pieces, oil, soy sauce, and chopped green onions in a pan. Frizzle, sizzle, hiss. Frizzle, sizzle, hiss. My friends, can you make the sound of the pan? Frizzle, sizzle, hiss. Finally, it's ready. Ooh, so they don't just eat it plain, right? They put some oil, some soy sauce to make it salty, some chopped green onions. And look at that. I want to bite. I cried. Ding, 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 ding. Timer goes off. It's ready. Hold on a second, sweetie. Nine smiles. Can you help me prepare the table? One last step. You gotta get the table all ready to eat. And look who came home just in time for Tofu. Mama and Papa come home from work. Chit chat, they talk. And soon we will all sit around the table and share the tofu together. And how special that Lynn helped Nine make it today. I take a bite. Yummy. No, I want to eat some tofu. Thumbs up if you want to try this tofu. Crispy outside from frying it and tender and soft inside. I gobble it up. Happiness fills my belly. This is delicious, Mama says. I helped Nine make it, I say proudly. You must have been so patient. Papa eats one piece of tofu and another and another. She was super patient, right? Tofu takes time. Homemade tofu is the best. I can't wait to make tofu again. Alright, so even though it took a really long time, it was worth it, right? Because it tastes absolutely delicious. And look at all the other food they're eating too. Do you recognize any other foods on their table, or what do you notice? Alright, I see some vegetables over here. Looks like some dumplings also, some more veggies, rice. They have lots of yummy foods to eat with their tofu. So I can't wait to make tofu again. It just takes some time together with Nine. So that is what Lynn remembers, right? She's like, oh yeah, it took a long time, but all that time was time I got to spend together with Nine. So that's some really special time. And look at that. What's going on here? She has a good imagination, huh? All of the things that they use to make tofu, right? There's the soybeans from the earth, the water, and the heat, and the sky, and some space, a tofu little arch for them to glide through. That was such a special thing for her to be able to make and do with Nine and then get to share it with her whole family. The end. So here, my friends, it tells you a little bit more about tofu if you want to pause. And then you can read and learn a little bit more about the history of tofu, a note from the author, and the end. Wow, that was such a sweet foodie read and full of actions that we could kind of help cook and make the tofu along with them, right? What was one of your favorite parts of this story? Yes, that was such a great part. I love the end where they got to add all the seasonings and then they all ate dinner together as a family. I love eating dinner with my family and getting to share all the yummy foods and cooking for my family too. All right, my friends, so if you haven't tried cooking and sharing something that you've made with your family, definitely give it a try and maybe ask a family member if you need some help if you can do it together. It's such a special time to spend together. Okay, so double thumbs up if you think you want to go do some cooking with some of your family. Or maybe at least go get a snack, right? Yeah. All right, friends, well, I hope you enjoyed this interactive read aloud. Thank you for joining me. And remember, every Friday this month in May for Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, I am sharing a new interactive read aloud video. So stay tuned for next Friday's read aloud. I cannot wait to share that next fun story with all of you. But my friends, until next time, if you'd like to share with me something special that you like to make or cook or eat with your family, then please reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram, here on YouTube, on the blog. All those social media links can be found down below. I love to hear from all of you. Be sure if you enjoyed this read aloud to like this video by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my Storybook YouTube channel to keep up with all of our reading adventures. But until next Friday, my friends, happy reading.